Here's a facilitation tip that you can immediately start to implement, whether you're leading a meeting or whether you're facilitating. And it's based on this idea of under-promising and over-delivering. So it's something you can do when you're in your design for the facilitation or designing for your meeting. The idea is that we temper what we promise so that we can then go in and over-deliver on those expectations. And it's called good, better, best. Think of it this way. You're in designing your meeting and you go ahead and you think of a couple of key outcomes that you want to get as a result of this meeting. And then you lay out what your agenda items are. Maybe you have 4 or 5 agenda items. The way that you can design that and lay that out to the group in terms of this meeting is by setting expectations. Good outcome would be to get through these 2 agenda items. A better outcome would be to get through number 3 or 4. And the best outcome would be to get through number 5. So as an example, suppose you have a couple of key decisions you want to make in a meeting. It's a prioritization of some specific action items that you and your group are working on. And as you're doing that prioritization, you've got a list of criteria you need to develop, and then refine those criteria, set priorities, and you want to go ahead and come to a decision on what you're trying to prioritize or accomplish. A good scenario would be to define the decision goal and lay out what the criteria are. A better scenario would be to refine those criteria and come to consensus on what they are and what the relative priorities are of those criteria. And a best case scenario would be to actually get to the point where you make your decision on the prioritization. What this allows you to do is to set expectations with the group so that everyone's happy when they walk out of the meeting and they're not frustrated as a result of that. It has some other key benefits as well. For example, it allows people to work together as a group to get to what they hope to accomplish in terms of their best case scenario. A final twist on this is if you're having a really good meeting and you're, say, 20 minutes away, you could stop the group and you say, we've done really well so far. What would make this a best case scenario meeting? And help the group sort of gain energy and work around that so they can accomplish that. So again, good, better, best way of designing your meeting.